Lady Demi's mic is peaking a bit loud.
Let me see what I can do.
Thank you for letting us know.
Countdown. They should be ready.
Awesome.
Be off.
Czaj on the right and Razorflame on the left. They are both. I know Razorflame is not new to speedrunning. I've seen him in many discords. I'm pretty sure Czaj actually is new to speedrunning, at least as well as Azure Dreams.
Yeah, I think
so this is going to be interesting.
His first time getting set up for a race on SpeedGaming, and we're happy that they have us here once again.
Yes.
And this will be a fun introduction. I find that this is... Like, I also do not run any other games, and I find that Azure Dreams is, because of the high randomness that we see, making this a best-of-3 tournament to begin with, also adds sort of like a sense of forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it not all that intimidating to start running. It's not your fault you die horribly, it's just that the tower hates you.
Yes.
And wants you to die horribly.
Yes, and the tower itself it is the deciding factor in how... Well, we're all at mercy of it. Simple as that.
All right. In tournaments, we have used the de-randomizer to allow runners to bypass, what's the word I'm looking for? To bypass the tutorial or otherwise just go through this faster. But I think the idea was that they wanted these runs to be valid any percent runs, since these people mostly do not have particular times on the leaderboard. And so we are doing the whole rigmarole of tutorials.
But the nice thing about this is, even though we are not skipping the tutorial, which we did in the previous tournament with the fixed seed stuff, we are actually going to have the same tower, and both runners are going to go into the towers blind, but I did generate the seeds myself, and they will be getting the exact same tower. So once you see them get to floor 2 each, Queenie talks a lot. Also, we're going to mispronounce Queenie between me and Lady Demi and everyone else in the community. The flying blue guy.
I like to think of less as mispronouncing and more creative evolution of language to deal with nonsense words.
Yes. And the thing is, there's a lot of stuff you're going to see. Like, we're going to be obviously very light on the commentary. We're not going to be like, oh, they made a mistake. Let's point it out and laugh at. No, they're all brand new runners. We need to keep that in mind. We're an incredibly supportive community, and it's extremely hard to pick up a speed game in general, let alone a roguelike. Like, you know how experienced you are, once Leap Trap and your run is over, or you can go back in the tower, I guess, technically, but for a lot of people who are trying to do a one tower entry for leaderboards, it's very intimidating.
Right. And if you get reasonably high, you then, this time around in particular, have to make the decision of whether or not the time it will take you to get back up to a high floor will be worth it.
Yes.
Whether you'll be able to get ahead of your opponent.
And we should also mention as well is we didn't really actually touch on this in the other tournaments, because if you left the tower, your run was over. In this one, if they find a wind crystal, it's actually really smart to hold on to it, because you'd be able to leave, keep your equipment, and that's the most vital thing. And things become identified when you go back into the tower, so then you can have a spell ball and you know how much is in there as well. So you get more information, and let's say Razor gets to floor 10, has to leave and come back. Queenie stays the same level, but Cobra resets. So all of a sudden you have a really strong monster that can help you get through the tower easier the second time around than the first.
Right, and the tower might turn out to be more generous. Now, to talk a little bit about the game, if this is your first time seeing an Azure Dreams run, Azure Dreams is a PlayStation 1 roguelike. It does have a GBA version, and our handy-dandy Discord also happens to have a community for running that version.
Game Boy Color, just for the record.
Game Boy Color, thank you, sorry.
Yeah. Can be played on the GBA, though.
Yeah, of course, any Game Boy Color game can.
But yeah, it's a... Also, we didn't actually mention, everyone gets the same 5 items on the first floor. It's a medicinal herb, wood shield, a copper sword, a fireball, and a random colored egg, which will always contain a plumpa. How does the speed run work with re-entering the tower? Yes. So that answers it. Just yes. So basically, what happens is I think the next 48 climbs are all going to be similar. The way programmer has made the seed, who credit to who made the de-randomizing randomizer. Basically, it doesn't just fix the first entry. It fixes like the line of entries that would be generated. So I think I want to say it's up to like 40 or 30 or something of the same ones are going to be generated over and over and over. Not over again. It's not going to be the same one. It's going to be this like 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 kind of thing, and then the other player will get 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. So they're going to be playing the same tower the entire time. Even no matter how many re-entries they do, if they do the same amount of re-entries, it's the same amount of towers. And we see a blind trap on Chai's side there.
Right. I think Razor managed to dodge that one, and we do see a nice little lead on that side. And I think Razor has been practicing like crazy.
Yes, Razor has been trying. His goal for this tournament is to get a 440 clear. He wants to be able to clear it. And I think as of today, his PB was, I want to say 430 something. I saw that very briefly in the Stars.
Yeah, I saw that this morning, actually.
Yeah, so...
And that's very impressive. The Rando D-Rando is amazing. Programmer is a wizard. It can shuffle around the tower in, I think, just about any way one could conceivably think to shuffle around the tower in.
Yes.
Just in addition to the fact that the tower already shuffles itself, controlling that shuffle is astonishing. And I think it really speaks to just how much this community has grown and has learned about the game. There's a fairly major strat that I only started seeing like a couple of days ago, and maybe, or at least I saw a video for it a couple of days ago, and I don't think it was common knowledge as of last tournament. And maybe we'll see it this time.
And what's that?
The Manaweeva juking.
Yes, that was actually discovered by Baldwin just recently and shared by Baldwin just recently. So if nothing else, Baldwin's known about it, but he never really shared it.
Right.
Which makes a lot of sense, because he's done that in a couple tournament matches too.
Yeah.
I still remember the first Rock to the Top one where he's like, hey man, like, look at this stuff. And he started bringing out all sorts of weird mechanics we've never seen before.
This game is very opaque about itself. Like, you think that for all that Kuhn talks and talks and talks in the first floor of the tower, you think that would cover the vast majority of the game's function? No, it doesn't. It barely begins to talk about how this game really works.
So, on Razor's flame side, he's surrounded by a flame, and he has a balloon and a Manaweeva coming at the same time as him. This is a turn-based game. It may not look like it because the players will be playing and moving as fast as they can. But if you were to stop everything, the game stops and things don't move until you move. And there's a certain turn order. But we can see here Razor is dealing with this balloon, and then there's going to be a Manaweeva coming afterwards. The Manaweeva is one of the scariest things to fight.
Especially early on, just because this game has an elemental triangle. Yep. Kuhn is by default fire. Manaweevas are by default water. That means that if Kuhn gets in the line of fire, he takes more damage, and Ko's attacks are, when they're backed up by Kuhn's fire magic, are significantly weaker than they would be against a different type of monster. And Manaweevas have just enough natural power to make that difference really hurt.
Yes. Also, we see here that Razorflame got... I'm just going to say Razor, it's easier. Razor found a money wand. So he will have a little bit increase in attack power compared to Chai on the right. Because
he's still using the starter equipment. That's what there has been thus far.
Yeah, and the way Mixture Magic works is you see Queenie casting fire on Ko's weapon, the main character, and it does a little bit damage together. If you have a wand instead of a sword, it increases that damage output. Not insignificant amounts. But what you want is one matching the same type. So what they're going to want to look for is they want to look for a Scarlet Wand if it's a fire monster, a Stream Wand if it's a water monster, and no one should use wind. But if you do, it's a Golf Wand. Doing neutral damage is better than doing bad on the weapon, or not the weapon, the triangle of elements, wind, fire, water. Most of the things in the early stage are always going to be either just fire or wind. So, Queenie's really good. And this game kind of intends you to die early. And then...
Right, Floor, roughly around the point where Razor is now is when the game is going to have a sudden, abrupt difficulty spike as more of the monsters become water elemental. The game expects you to go home. The game expects you to go home or die because it didn't give you the resources you need to go home.
Yeah, Wind Crystal is not provided, which is something, or a Lean Fruit if you have a spare monster, which isn't Queenie. And it is extremely, extremely punishing on that regard. And
ooh, this is a bad first room for floor 6.
And the thing is, we know that when Chai gets to floor 6, they will get the same room. Like, this is if you haven't noticed, this is, again, same seed. They're just kind of turning the camera, so it's kind of hard to figure out when things are the same. Although there is no shame in leaving and keeping resources. So if you have a Wind Crystal, keep the Wind Crystal.
You might find better stuff your next time around.
Okay, he made it out. He's currently taking Maneva for a walk.
Right.
There are some monsters which can attack at a distance, like a troll. Oh, that's a balloon.
Oh, that's bad.
Ooh, don't walk straight up.
That was the worst thing he could have done in this circumstance.
No,
don't give.
No.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
now,
use. There we go. Because you want to restore your own health.
Enough to hopefully keep this fight going, probably long enough that it'll turn out okay. But probably.
Yeah. So, again, this is a 1 hour time limit. If Razor were to die there, it would not be over. He'd just go back in the tower and try to get high. His current highest floor would be floor 6. I have a notepad here, just as proof, if anyone cares. I will keep track of the floors they've gotten to at relatively the right time.
Razor has used up a Mahel Seed to get a little extra speed. Now, probably what I would do once you commit to the Mahel Seed is to run away, because you're not going to get a whole lot of damage out on each of those extra turns, but it still works out pretty alright.
Yeah, he also lost the Medicinal Herb. We see here, Chai is actually in the same room. Let's see how he deals with it. Razor used the Malicious Scroll to confuse... Oh, there you go. We have the Mahel Seed immediately. Is he going to pick up Queenie? Yeah. 1, 2, and now he's going to use the extra speed per turn, because Mahel Seed doubles your turns for a brief time, to actually escape the monster. So there we go. Now that is a better use of resources, but not the right choice, because this game, don't use that bell. That levels up all the monsters around. It's really bad. Oh, I think a Warp Trap just hit Razor.
Right,
oh,
right.
That was very lucky of him.
Not so, far away that he can't find his monster again.
We see here Chai going for AI 1.
But has he noticed that he's about to... I think he realized that the Mana Weaver is coming up from him from the other side of that room and is probably going to find his way to him. And so he's taking that advantage to keep the Mana Weaver not finding him.
Oh,
and get him away. And there's that Warcraft, and it's right by the elevator, so he is fine.
Yeah. Also, we should state, the RNG on traps are not the same. The second the players move a different space, the RNG is different. So that if they were to do everything exactly the same, frame perfect everything, the warp trap would warp into the same spot, I believe. But because one moved left and one moved right, you don't want...
He has a confused Q, which is, you don't want to be standing that near to him when he's confused. But
And
also,
we have a wind crystal from Razor.
Right, that was floor 7.
I think 7.
7. It didn't change backgrounds for 8.
No.
So it was 7.
I'm gonna say 1450, but either way, so again, we're just gonna you can only take 5 items back in with you. So they're either gonna have to deposit or sell or do whatever. You might see fur at the shopkeeper, the weapon shop owner, or just depositing stuff with the mother.
That would be, I think, a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So I think the faster would be I'm here to sell some items, right?
Yes, because everything's already identified at that point. Yeah, talk to her again. There you go. I'm off to the tower. You get the free Peter fruit. Talk to her again. Open up the safe for me. And honestly, also, I wanted to also state, unlike the previous tournaments, I've always stated, don't ever think that our leaderboard isn't allowing a multiple entry clear. We are if you are able to beat this game in a sitting, that is an amazing feat. You should be extremely proud of. And then later you can go back and try to beat your time or beat how many entries you did it in. Don't ever feel bad about it takes you 2 or 3 attempts to get up the entire tower. Oh, there goes that Peter fruit. So
right. The game, frankly, probably expects more than 2 or 3 attempts to begin with. So you are already getting up a lead. I'm willing to guess probably that the game expects you to hit a bit of a stumbling block probably every couple of floors or so.
Yeah.
That's
and we see here
roughly the pattern of play.
Yeah, we see here Chai going. That's a lot of damage, but you should be able to 2-shot the clown. I agree. Blame Shanini for that extra N in there. I'll point that out. Anyway, the height advantage makes a big difference. It adds the same amount as elemental weakness or disadvantage if you're above or below the monster. So you always want to try to be on the high ground. Obi had it right. If you have the 100 runs in your teens, yeah, it is extremely brutal game. Like, this is a lightning in the bottle roguelike game. You can see on Razor's side, he's got a 2nd level. He'll eventually get stronger, but the thing is, Queenie is already very, very strong. So he can kind of push through things quicker. And that's what this game is supposed to be about, is eventual progression through the tower. This is extremely... what speedrunners try to do in this game is not normal in any sense of the regard. Like, even on Bookless...
True of many games, but it's worth observing for Azure.
Yes, that's actually true, yeah. Oh, there's a steel sword.
Because while there are glitches speedrunners use, particularly in, the Bookless and the Bookless and New Game Plus runs, most of what we see on the any % run is legit gameplay, just very, very good and very, very lucky.
Yes. And this is also one thing you kind of have to pay attention to, is Razor doesn't know how to get to the next room.
Oh dear, that's troublesome.
Yes, it's actually above him, there actually was a break in the hedges you can go. So he's going to go the long way. Because he walked in here thinking there was nothing in here. Now you can walk straight ahead and go all the way around. But there's a shortcut in this particular floor layout, which is something a lot of people don't know about because they don't practice re-entries, really. There's certain shortcuts there's only 3 variations of floor 1, minus the tutorial floor. So if you memorize those, you should be fine.
A little bit better than the wooden shield he has now. Mainly because it has a dodge chance, and in this game, your defense will eventually be overrun to the point of irrelevancy.
Yes.
But dodge will always be the same, pretty much.
I want to say it's about 11%. I don't know if Poulet is here to give me the proper numbers, because I know that's his favorite shield. We saw Gauche. That's something we don't normally see in 80% runs.
Right. Our dumb rival whose job it is to basically show him up at every opportunity. Though at first you probably won't, and micro narrative in and of itself of you gradually getting stronger and richer and more popular than him until he is reduced to just a pathetic little roadblock.
That and also 11-ish. Thank you, Poulet. Bonjour, monsieur. So basically, we can see here on Razor's side, he's just aiming for the elevators. He doesn't care about equipment anymore. He has what he needs because he had a wind crystal. We have Chai going onto floor 11 now, which is honestly in a 20-minute pace for a relatively new runner is really, really good. Oh, he has a fire sword. So he doesn't get the wand bonus, but he does get the same type attack bonus as, like I said before, like the Scarlet Wand with old day races. Yes, it does. That's for sure. But yeah, we can't state how difficult this game actually is, let alone everyone in this tournament, Lady Dema included. Like, doesn't matter how much experience you have in this game, it's intimidating going to the tower with bare minimum and expecting to get to floor 20 or 30, because casually when I was a kid, it took me... Ooh, the blue collar's there, but so is a Griffin.
Right, Griffin on one side, Volcano on the other. Volcanoes can hit pretty hard, particularly when he's only got that wood shield. And so it might be worthwhile to consider just hitting up the elevator.
The Flame cast the sled and took out Razor. So Razor lost the resources for not being able to use the wind crystal, but...
Lost the time for that trip, but he does at least still have any levels he might have gained on Cune, and there's still race left to be run.
Yes. Plus, this is the first of best of 3, so it can get better. Also, he has to make sure he grabs Queenie. If he goes in the tower without Queenie, he's going to immediately regret that. Go back. No, not just a peanut fruit. Get Queenie. It's something that people don't normally do.
Right. Since they are on a different number of tower entries, we're going to see different towers between them.
Oh dear.
Because of that, it looks like Chai managed to defeat the monsters, get a little bit of feedback, but not a lot.
He came to the door, which is better than going in the tower without Queenie.
Right.
Oh, good.
One thing that people who will be participating in this tournament and might end up in the same situation need to remember is that Cune does one thing that is distinct to this monster.
Yes.
That is distinct to this monster, and that's follow you around the town. So you should always know if Cune is there with you.
Oh, sorry. Thank you for pointing that out. Oh, yeah, because much as I hate him and name him trash every single run, he is still valuable. I just discard him when I get to the top of the tower.
Yep.
Because I'm a horrible person. Flirt? Oh, that's a Kraken. That's a Kraken.
Right. If you want to choose between... This is like another layer of the difficulty spike when you start seeing Krakens, who are, number 1, water monsters, number 2, if you're using a sword, and Chai is using a sword, will deal... Oh wow, that mule managed to take off like about half of Chai's health. I probably wouldn't have risked the malicious scroll, if only because it can still hit you when it's confused. The chance is lesser. Oh, hey, that could be something pretty neat.
So what Chai's doing is staggering his movement so he's not aggroing the Newell in front. The second you both are in the same room, they know where you are no matter how big that room is, which is why one-room floors are terrifying, because every monster on the floor can now just get you.
Right, they know exactly where you are, and they can converge on your location with the utmost efficiency. And that's probably more efficiency than you have.
Yeah, that's true. 1 in 8 chance is better than being hit. I honestly would have... Oh, Cursed... Okay, Cursed Diamond. I would love to find it in the bookless run because that sells for a ton of money. Right. Still 6 defense. Like, that's still really, really good.
Though that dodge chance that we were discussing the relative value of does decrease because Ko is cursed until he finds a cure-aller, basically. It is a status effect secretly applied to Ko. The game does not tell you about it. The game doesn't tell you about a lot of things. Oh, bomb trap. That hurts.
Don't cast Blinder. Do not cast Blinder. That's the only thing, Chai. Actually, we should switch over the audio as well, thinking of it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
There you go, I did that. Because the thing is, if you were to cast a spell, Queenie would be placed down in front of you and void an Ice Rock Ball or be hit by the Blinder Ball itself. You gotta be really careful when you're holding Queenie like that. There's been numerous runners who have had Queenie in their hands and just used the Fireball.
He realized that. Your thoughts have reached him.
Yeah.
Tim.
Yeah, it's extremely, extremely annoying to accidentally nuke your own familiar. Because Ko is one of the weakest creatures in all existence compared to everything else in the tower. Barring a Picket and the Palumpa.
Right. Right, and Palumpas, and really barring Palumpas, Pickets don't, also Dreamins don't deal a whole lot of damage. Their job is to be incredibly annoying, so that something else can kill you.
Yeah, you see here on Flames or Razor's side, he's doing AI 1. So he's getting does a little bit extra damage before encountering. That's AI 4. There we go. That's true, actually, Seraph. I did it purposely during a tournament run after I won my point. I put Queenie down, confused it, gave it a level, then hit it with 2 pillar balls and killed it. Because I wasn't going to PB anyway, so I might as well kill Queenie.
That is a powerful statement of defiance.
I already won the point, so I didn't mind. You see here again, Razor just tearing through things. We should also say Mixture Magic is based off level. So the higher level Queenie is, the higher damage you do with Mixture Magic. But there's
not mistaken. That advantage of Queen's level falls off pretty harshly.
Yes. At level 12, not floor 12, level 12, so actual level, you get basically the highest amount of damage. Because the next time, it gives you like a weird fraction instead of a proper increase in damage. And because of that extra increase, it is really, really not worth. Like, if you want to change him at level 12 to water, do it. Yes, also, or had your cat jump on your controller and cost you a tournament match as well. That happens to everyone, right, Pule?
Probably does.
Oh yeah.
If you have a pet that can jump onto your
That's how he lost his last tournament match.
Oh, that's sad.
It was funny. It was great. It's like, of all excuses to die in the tower, having an external force do it was just amazing. So floor 14 now for Chai in 28 minutes. That is very
good. And Razor's going to have a hard time competing with that. It's not impossible.
No, there's still like 32 minutes.
Half the race left. But it's going to be a challenge, and oh dear. Dear. That is some very low health on Razor's side, and this is a bad time to get sandwiched.
Especially because he has 1 health.
Yep.
If you were to change to AI 1, Queenie should be strong enough to kill both if he just stays away. Because level 6 should be... Yeah, there you go. And then he should be able to... Oh, there's our Discord link. We'll talk about that in a sec. There you go. And move away from the balloon. No? Okay, I was going to say, you can take out the balloon when you have a chance. The problem... Oh, that's a pit. The terrain of this game, it can go either, like you see on Chai's side briefly, when you enter a room, there's like a step up. You can do a step down. But it can go up and down quite a lot as well, where, like on Razor's side, you're stuck in a pit. You can only jump up +1 height or down 1 height. Or you can jump down numerous, truthfully.
Right. But, in that case, it was less that he couldn't get out of the pit, and more that he couldn't get out of the pit fast enough.
Yeah. Also, I should say as well, this is what I'm notorious for, is how it goes, is Queenie, every time it does an AI 1 attack, it's using 1 MP out of 100. Every time it uses Mixture Magic, it uses roughly 1/3 of an NP. So it's more economical to just go for straight Mixture Magic. But you can't always do that. You can't just duke it up with every monster, or else this game wouldn't be very difficult. Like, Krakens could destroy you, Garudas can steal your monsters. There's all sorts of problems like that. And yeah, you see here on Razor's side, 6 damage. You only have 39 health. You can only survive a few of those, and now there's no next monster that he has to deal with again. And yeah, and exactly, Czaj is doing exceedingly well. 30-minute mark, 15. Like, that's basically 2 minutes of floor.
Very nice. And so he's still managed, and he's done this with a wooden shield, and that is very impressive.
I'm pretty sure he... Oh, sorry, go first. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Because it says that he has managed to do a lot with his other resources to avoid fights. It looks like he's thinking about, since he found a stream wand, maybe fusing his Cune in with his Palumpa, getting a water Cune, and taking advantage of that stream wand.
Mm-hmm. The water Queenie is honestly the best. That's a U-boat.
That's a U-boat. Oh, and
that's a dead Queenie because of that.
Oh,
Razor.
This is bad. This is bad. You might wanna use the Wind Crystal now, and though I think in doing so, it will make recovering and overcoming Czaj's really impressive score here very difficult.
And the thing is, the main difference between these two racers isn't like, wow, it's like Czaj's getting lucky. They're playing the exact same initial tower. The difference could have been boiled down to Razor went left and Czaj went right. And because of that, Razor encountered more monsters, which cost him the first run, versus Czaj getting past that initial difficult floor and getting into a groove, the spell balls, everything else there. So like, there's a lot of stuff which can like pan out. And like, if you notice a lot of monsters are coming towards you, you're probably walking against the river when it comes to how they naturally go around the floors.
Right. Monsters have a very orderly and structured sort of AI. For the most part, they will pretty much follow the left-hand rule.
Yes. Also, we are seeing a fusion on Czaj's side.
Nice.
So we are going to get the Stream Wand with a Water Queenie. Because the way the fusions work, we never actually did explain this in other runs, at least when I commentated. The elemental triangle is obviously fire is weak to water, water is weak to wind, and then wind is weak to fire. It works the same way for fusions. So if you have a water monster and a fire monster, it's going to become water as the base because that is what wins, no matter what. Right. So because of this, Czaj is now in extremely good position. I have no idea why Razor's selling the Diamond Shield. I'll point that out right now. It's still a good shield.
I don't know what he's doing because it's a great shield. He's probably not going to find too terribly much better. Even cursed.
Cursed or not, that's still 6 defense. And like the wooden shield that Czaj is sporting is 2.
Right, and there might not be any shield for like 6 or 7 floors, just the way the tower shakes out sometimes.
But the Gulf Wind +2 will help. That is 5 attack +2, so 7. You'd be able to 2-shot pretty much everything except fire creatures for a while.
Right. Anyway, the advantage of a water Cune is that most enemies that hit hard are either fire or water. Wind monsters tend to be trickier, and if you're worried about whether or not you can one-shot a wind monster, then most damaging spell balls are fire. So, all works out.
Oh, we got a one-room floor!
Oh, that's so harsh.
Not the worst. Floor
Not the
16 is still manageable. But you can see how every single red dot is now coming towards Chai there.
The one advantage is that he can see them.
Yes. Also, the water elemental means he can two-shot Manivas, which is something you normally can't do. Also, welcome to the SpeedGaming raid of 64 people. We'll explain the rules in just a sec. Looks like he will get off this floor, though, so that's actually really good. Is he contemplating fighting all the trolls? Like, that's a lot of free experience if he does it right. Nope, he's just leaving. That's fine.
Yeah, I think that's the sensible decision. Because sooner or later something will spawn and it won't be so easy to take out. Or they'll all get enough of a head start to converge. And now he's back in normal reality that only wants to kill him. But doesn't know how because it doesn't know where he is.
Yes, and the thing is, there's actually an item called a flat scroll, which turns every room into essentially a hallway. Which means if you respect the left-hand side rule, you can avoid every monster based on just walking across quote-unquote a room. And it's extremely overpowered, but it's extremely dangerous at the same time because it's just some things just don't work.
It's very rare. I'm pretty sure that for most people, the only time you'll see them is Barong's. It's pretty much, and a lean fruit on Razorflame's side. That's very nice, and that will hopefully help him avoid one tricky fight and maybe help him get back in this race.
We see, he's going for the Blizzard Sword. We see the best monster in the game, the Picket, which stole the Paralyzed one and went out. Okay, to explain the rules of this for any of the new viewers. This is Azure Dreams. This is a PS1 roguelike game, mystery dungeon, with a kind of a pet element. You can see the little blue guy following everyone.
It has a bunch of elements. It's maybe like 5/4 of a game, kind of.
Yeah, and this game itself is a tremendous speedrun, and this tournament is to basically help and also highlight the new runners of the game. So the rules have kind of been alleviated from the previous tournaments, so you're not just gonna go from a death doesn't mean the end of the run. The hour limit does.
Right.
So
it's who can get the highest, not combined, but the highest like single floor.
Yes.
In
the
an
fastest.
Hour.
As well.
Right, the fastest. In the case of ties, we do take in who got to that higher floor first. Like, say that Chai dies here on floor 17. Then, if Razorflame makes it there and then dies himself on floor 17, Chai still wins.
Yes.
If Razorflame makes it to floor 18 and Chai does not make it back up to floor 18, then Razorflame would win. That is how this works.
Yes. Although he's Chai's immediately going up to floor 18 when we say that as well.
This is a hypothetical, not remotely reflective of the reality of things.
That's an Arachne. Okay.
You don't
the Picket's fine. You don't want to fight the Arachne.
You do not. They hit tremendously hard. They have a special ability that is just hits things real good.
Oh, goodbye, Blinder Ball. So
that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, people who are unaware of the monsters, in the Discord, I am normally made fun of for loving the Picket, that little green guy that is still the Blinder Ball. Everyone hates them. That's the same Picket. He's gonna walk away. Actually, this is actually kind of goofy.
That's interesting thing that the game again will never tell you because this game is frightfully opaque. But Pickets do like to run away like they stole something.
But they also appear within about 30 spaces of where you normally appear, and they only take the same amount of time to get back to you, which is why I knew that Picket was the right one. The one above him, though, is going to try to steal something from him.
Yep.
So there we go. But
Oh,
they're
that
great
was
sources of
wonderful,
experience if you can handle them. If you have a Fire Queenie as well. But they're my favorite little monster. Always love them. Also, we're getting on to Viper Town too, potentially.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. I wonder what a difficulty spike looks like in a game. No, that picket was not broken. It was de-aggroed, and it was going into your space and then leaving again. But then it was thinking, wow, I'm 2 spaces in front of you. I still have to go taunt you. You can actually manipulate them that way. So it's not broken. I don't know if Chai's found that out himself, but it is actually a way that you can actually mess with Picket's AI when they steal something.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've replicated that a couple times, but I haven't been able to knock out exactly how to. It always runs away, but always has to taunt you as well. So if it hasn't essentially walked into Ko, I think, I'm not. There's a weird position of like inside the room, outside the room going on there. Oh, it looks broken. Yeah, absolutely. We see Razor feeding Queenie a bunch of herbs to increase the MP.
Right, it's
just 3 MP per herb. It's not bad. That's a warp trap right above him. That's good to use the trap loop.
Yeah, if you're trying to clear inventory space, it is a very convenient way to do so, and that trap loop will allow him to get a little extra EXP and also get a sense of where rooms might be, which is, I think, one of my favorite things to do with the loops, is get an idea of layout of the floor.
Oh, yeah, actually, we never did talk about the floor layout. Everything is procedurally generated. It's a roguelike game. So
there are a couple of floors that are a little bit more fixed. Namely, the first floor on your second plus re-entry has only a couple of variations.
Mm-hmm. The second floor is always the same after the first visit.
Right, but and the 40th floor is always the same, of course, because it's the end.
Razor just having the worst of luck when it comes to monsters.
Oh yeah, that is not a good position to be in.
No. Thankfully, he will be able to get by them if he picks up Queenie or maneuvers Queenie. Oh, he's just gonna fight the blind blue? Okay.
No, done in the same situation, because a blinded enemy still has a chance to hurt you.
It can only attack if it's moving in front of you. So if you were to move down one, it would not notice him and it would keep walking up and away.
Okay. Good to know.
That's double arachne. Let's walk backwards now. And there's a arachne in there. There's a lot of arachnes.
That is a lot of arachnes.
That's a lot of spiders.
He's trying to figure out, can he manage... Welcome, people from SpeedGaming too. But can he manage the layout of this hallway to try and minimize the amount of fighting he can do? He has decided that... What is he deciding?
I think he's going to try to kill one and sleep the other, looking at his inventory.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty reasonable set of decisions, but...
Because this should be able to take out... You have to remember, he is Blizzard, or he is water-based.
Right.
So he actually can AI-1 the Arachne if he really tries. And it looks like that is what he's going to try to do. Oh, so Chai's being very careful with the camera. Doing diagonal movement on a D-pad is kind of annoying.
Right.
So what he's doing is he's turning the entire camera, so up means basically upright. So he's not missing an input when he absolutely needs it. Which is
that
something
is
I'm...
very smart.
Yeah, I really should do more.
It takes a little extra time. But we are seeing how many dividends it ends up paying.
Yes. Correct proper movement will save you.
Right. Because everything except for pickets move at the same space you are. So if you are making all the correct movements and you're thinking about what you're doing, and you see fit problems before they emerge, then you're able to keep ahead of problems or plan out your attacks in advance. There we go! That is that Manoweeva juking, taking advantage of the fact that Manoweevas don't have the same sort of line of sight of other monsters, and then walking right into one.
Into another Medivh.
Right after we praise him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually very much known in the community for refusing to move the camera because the way the levels spawn, and we'll point this out when either of them hit the elevator. Ooh, another ice rock ball. That's always nice. When it comes to the way there's those double.
Oh.
Also, just a side note: Chai should be taking off his scorched shield while fighting these.
Right, because the shields that are elemental also have the effects of the elemental triangle. And what is Razor doing?
Don't know.
Is he?
I haven't seen a message or anything, so.
Right.
He might have just gone briefly, but.
But until we hear something from him, we will assume that he is still in this.
Yeah.
Anyway, good use of that pick up and throw to get that distance. And of course, it's Manoiva hours. And this is a tricky one. This is a tricky position to be in.
He's gonna have to fight the Medivh or something. He's
gonna have to fight something.
Yeah. He's picked up he's picked up Queenie, which cost him a turn to put down. He's not going to be able. Now, okay, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure he's used enough sleeps. So
unfortunate. That will make this very hard to get through intact. But that is enough to take out that Arachne. Queen should have just maybe enough to fight through this Manoiva, particularly if he takes. Oh, there we go. That was a pretty tight situation, but the power of Blizzard Sword and Stream Wand managed to see him through.
Mm-hmm. Water is the most overpowering element in the tower, and the only thing you have to worry about is wind. And as long as you have pillar balls or whatever, could you message Razorflame to see if he's okay?
Yeah.
Because that's now been like 2 minutes worth. There's hopefully he's, people knock on the door and do whatever. So
right.
You can feed eggs to replenish MP of Queenie. So if there's an extra egg,
eggs are a very handy.
Yeah.
The resource like that. You can use them as monsters. You can use them as one-time heavy hit attacks. But those can miss. Oh, and the first moment into Viper Town is not a pleasant thing.
Nope.
But at the very least, Chai walks out of this with a run he can put on a leaderboard. Not necessarily the any percent leaderboard, but because of the unreliability of the tower and runs as a result, the Azure Dreams community has organized a leaderboard so that the 10th floor, 20th floor, and 30th floor are their own leaderboard.
Oh, there we go. We got the egg MP. So using an egg as a give to a monster, minus I think a couple of them, will sorry if you hear the sirens.
It's alright.
It will give 50 MP like a pea fruit to your monster. So Queenie is now back up and running, and we'll be able to go through this.
Probably that's going to last him until Queen's death, or basically the end of this round.
Yeah, it's only 11 minutes left. It is doable. Like I have seen, our world record for any percent right now is 24 minutes for all 40 floors held by Wooga, which is obscene.
Very
and
impressive.
If you take out Garuda, it's less than 31 minutes for Baldwin. So we're in the middle of deciding that one right now. Right.
Basically, Garuda is a monster that, out of the box, can do some pretty wacky things. And Namely, it can teleport you around the floor to random locations. And it can do this pretty quickly. And it does this for pretty cheap for a monster's special ability. And so you're able to, oh, nice, egg.
Free egg.
Vipers do in fact eat eggs. This is a thing they do, I guess, in real life as well. But here in Azure Dream, you can just, I guess, cut and or magic the egg right out of them.
Vipers are known for swallowing eggs whole. They eventually break down and they digest it. There's a lot of weird quirks with this game based off lore. Honestly,
right.
there's like
treasure.
Yeah, if you have a griffin, you cannot be stolen from pickets because of the lore of griffins protecting treasures and stuff like that. So there's a lot of weird nuances to this game, which you'll never really come across unless you explicitly use these certain monsters. Unless you're aware of them, you'll never notice. You just think it's bad luck that the pickets are always hitting you. Or good luck they're not trying to steal from you, depending how you look at it.
Right.
Floor 21.
Even that ability of the Garuda that we were just talking about, the abductability, is of course taken from, I think, the Ramayana, is that how you pronounce that?
Ooh.
An ancient Indian epic poem, in which a creature called a Garuda abducts the hero's wife.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird actual kind of mythological history put into stuff.
You know, that's the thing about this game that makes it compelling to anyone who has played it. This is a good game for the first match of a tournament designed to find rising stars.
Yes.
Stars. Newer players, less experienced players.
Ooh, we get the plumperang.
Yep.
Nope. Just straight burn that plumper.
Times. I have not yet heard back from Razorflame. If everything's all right. So
he may have just taken a break and just kind of forfeit the match, kind of thing. Then.
Right. That does seem to be the case, anyway. Blue sand to level up that wooden shield.
Nope, Scorch Shield now.
Oh, Scorch Shield, you're right. You know,
which
you
is
mentioned
not very good against all the Vipers,
but I forgot about it.
Honestly, most of the time, most runners will never find a decent shield. You get really good doing calculations with just the wood shield. And once you're aware czaj is, honestly, crack an egg. Yeah. Once you're where czaj is, you kind of are going to get like 2-shot no matter what. Like, Ko is not very strong. Like, level 17 is a good level, but...
The game is expecting you to have probably started, like, treating a shield with blue sands that you found across several dozen runs. And when you're on these sorts of floors, it is a genuinely impressive thing that czaj has made it this far on this single entry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is, I don't want to say like a normal 80% run, because again, any amount of entries, as long as you finish the game, is an 80% run. But like 53 minutes at floor 24, that's going to do some damage, but that's fine. He's going to take one more hit, yeah. No, you should have picked up Queenie. That's going to do a lot of damage. Oh, Razor's back.
Yep. Alrighty.
Scarlet Wand. That's always useful.
It's not bad. Could be worse.
Lave fruit. No one wants a lave fruit. The only good fruits that are red are the roche fruits, pita fruits, big pitas, and like even limits are okay, and tomanos.
Okay,
after that,
there's also like that one fruit that doesn't that causes your MP to not go down. That's not bad. It's not worth saving, but you know, if you happen to find it, just give it to your monster and enjoy the free MP for a little bit.
Oh, that mess.
But it's no better, like, now than later, for the most part.
Oh, we just fed the new egg to Queenie, so Queenie's... Okay, so this is the thing, is normally you have a Scarlet Wand or a Flame Queenie. These are the wind floors. This is the only terrifying part when it comes to having a Water Queenie. Because everything here can just straight up murder you, paralyze you, or in stealth cases, you're not going to see them before they get to you.
Right.
So, and a sleep trap. And a
that's not good.
But this is only set 1 of 3. We still have 2 more runs to do. At least 1. And then if they want to do a friendly third, they can do a friendly third.
Right. We will see what happens comes the next round, because the tower will show you a different face every time.
Yeah, and the thing is, no 2 runs, this is why I love running this game, is no 2 runs will ever be even close to being the same. The amount of procedurally generated capabilities is immense, and every time I've run this game or played this game casually as a kid, even going into the tower with like an immense amount of like super strong equipment never helped me. And
somewhat, but I always found that, like, when I was playing casually as a kid, because I think that is the way a lot of the runners, though not all of us, have found this game, is that we remembered it across decades at this point.
True. And also, Skeef is right. If you use a balloon, it technically is always the same.
Right.
Yeah, if you are that quick and stuff like that. I'm so happy I pioneered that strat. I'm not happy to, like, I don't have the world record anymore, but my god, it's just funny to see that strat be the world record holders.
It's interesting that he dropped the white sand as opposed to using it on something.
Yeah.
Does he have anything, I suppose? Because he is a long way from that. Oh, he does. There we go. Because he is a long way from the early automatic Edic 5-use flame ball.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna have to AI 1 or something here. He has a lot of ice rock balls though. Like, he is doing relatively well in that regard.
Right. Oh, I would not get so close to, like, multiple crossbow trolls.
Thankfully, they're not the strongest, but, like, you might as well get close to them so you can't hit them if they wake up. Like, it's the argument for both.
And we even got a double dose of that confusion. And Chai managed to work their way out of that tricky situation. Very impressive.
Yeah. We have 412 now on Razorflame. So that's I believe that's the PB for a Razor right now for highest floor.
Earlier it was... Well, actually,
7.
technically earlier... Right. Initially it was 7, and from here, every floor he gets is his new highest. But not the current highest floor of the match.
I'm so happy Water Queenie is working. That's a Minerva. Never, ever go near an item on a doorway. It's always going to be in a Minerva.
Right.
Items don't spawn inside doorways. Man, Razor hitting all the traps though.
If you're ever not sure, if you, say, forgot that rule, as Chai did, if you see 2 items lying side by side, one of them is almost certainly a Manoeva. You know, if you're past floor 16. Because they come back periodically and each time come with a new trick. And so the first time they can't shapeshift into other items. But from now on they can, and soon they will be able to come back and imitate even other monsters. But if you don't know, if you're confused or uncertain as to whether or not something is or is not a Manoeva, chuck something at him.
Oh, there's that rise. The trigger-happy griffins. You never want to be across from them as well.
Right.
It looks like there's that mini Baduking again.
See a little bit of that as this match as the first round of this matchup draws to a close.
I would keep. Nope. Okay, cool. Whatever. He's sacrificing Queenie to hit the elevator at the hour mark, so.
And yet he still only gets 27 at the hour.
Yeah, 27 at the hour, but right now current PB of 28. Because let's face it, he got to floor 28 there. But 27 so far in this. That was an excellent first showing by both.
Right, that was a great, and we got to see some of the variety offered by being able to re-enter the tower. So they are going to reset, get their second seed ready. I am probably going to be right back in a second, and we'll be ready for round 2 of this matchup.
Yep, absolutely, and I will get everyone counted down and set up. So feel free to take as much time as you want. Everyone have a stretch. It's always good to. I'm legitimately surprised my bird friend outside my window has been quiet the entire hour, but that works too. But yes, that is... Oh, let me get the marker up here. Oh. There you go. Completely unaware that I did that quickly. All right, so that is round 1 of 3. This is with, again, retower entries and stuff like that. Otherwise, it would be potentially... I think in like one of the previous tournaments, a runner died on like floor 4, and that was like the match point for the game 3. Should be a red pita fruit. I don't know if it's blue on that side or red on that side. Hopefully, Razor will take the next one, so then we can check. I do believe the previous layout had the red ones, but I've actually never seen this layout. It was made by I don't know. Can't pronounce the name. But it's one of the artists we have in our Discord. Sad Night, give me the name. Or I'll blame you. Ah, you're thinking. Yeah, I should also explain as well. Water Queenie was kind of the first real strat before this community was formed. Is me and Dedarsis, we were testing out things, and I kept fusing the Palumpa into Queenie, and then we found out Scarlet Wand was so much better, and it completely got junked. Fast forward 2 years later, wow, Water Queenie's really good. Stream Wand's really good. It's like, really? Let me just double check this stream. Or this, he said he blasted by it, but it's 1084. Is it the same one? Yeah.
Alrighty.
Good to go. Also, there's no RNG or time loss for naming yourself. There's time loss for naming Queenie if you really want. I recommend the name Trash. But
I usually will go with the weebest of possible. Well, I usually do a variety of things, but recently I've started settling on 9N for Q.
Oh, everyone has their own preference. Like I literally name him Trash because you take him out of a bag. That's it.
Makes sense.
And then when you get rid of him at the top of the tower, you take out the trash. But yeah, it's...
Alrighty. Seeds look good.
Yeah.
Because for those of you who weren't joining us up at the top of this tower, while this is using seeded tower, This is using seeded towers provided by programmer's excellent randomizer de-randomizer, or de-randomizing randomizer.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. But will not be doing the tutorial skip because we want this to be a valid leaderboard run. Yes, it's an Olean fruit. Best fruit. Second best fruit.
Roche fruit is definitely the best fruit, because that's not only saved me in a couple runs for just getting rid of a monster, but... so yeah, if you want to count them down, I can explain the rules again, I guess. Or I can count them down, you can do that, either one.
I can count them down.
Okay. So, for those who are joining us or need a refresher, this is Azure Dreams, a PS1 roguelike game, mystery dungeon game. And this is a fixed seed race for the Stars Tournament, which is basically a newer runner-themed tournament because, let's face it, we're all tired of watching Sand Knight run the game. No.
It's refreshing. And it will help to continue to build this community. This is a fairly young speedrunning community for a fairly old game.
Mm-hmm. As well as we are still, we still have a lot of people like learning this game, but a lot of them, when we actually asked around, weren't really okay with versing people like Baldwin or Horza, myself, or Sand Knight on like the first round of a double elimination tournament.
Right, because like I was in the last couple of tournaments, but I'm not an accomplished runner, and so what I would do, and they're off, is basically play my regular bracket matchup, play my loser's bracket matchup, and that would be that.
It's honestly like the thing is with this, like we're all gonna play. They're all gonna play their matches. We have I know. Thank you, SpeedGaming bot. I appreciate that. You can see on the challenge link there. We also have our Discord link. I meant to talk about that earlier. Anyone's free to join. Where if you're just a casual fan, or you want to learn to speedrun, or you want to learn how to improve your game, we have tons of resources for everyone.
Or if you want to say play weird randomizer runs, that is all available to you here. Or if say you came here seeing Azure Dreams, I love that Game Boy Color game. Our Discord community also has a section for the Game Boy Color version.
Yes. Also, fun fact, you can soft lock the game by picking up Queenie too many times and making the text box go buggy. It's a thing. It's really, really... I think Sand Knight discovered that a long time ago, think of it. Yeah, exactly, like Seraph saying there. I've actually only entered one tournament, and that was the first one. Things happened that I couldn't enter the second tournament, and I had university, so I couldn't enter the third one. And this one I'm disqualified for because I have a sub-hour time on the leaderboard. So I've actually only ever been in one tournament and just commentated the rest of them.
Not a bad life, really.
No, it's always fun to commentate this game. I should be practicing more.
Because everything is procedurally generated, we're always going to be commentating a different run, but because we have a seeded tower, we will be able to compare how these two's different approach leads to different results. We can also, in this tournament in particular, leave the tower, which wasn't possible in previous tournaments. And when they leave the tower, where they'll be able to come back and, like, Razorflame's second entry will have the same seed as Chai's second entry.
Yeah.
And so on. Because Programmer is a wizard.
Yeah. There's also one thing, again, we're not going to be like, oh wow, they got to this floor, that sucks. Or, like, no, everyone here in this tournament are brand new runners or returning runners who have not got any percent clear yet or all this other stuff. It's not healthy to do that. It's like, and our community is very much in the whole like build people up, give them support, and stuff like that. And you'll see with the resources we have, like we also have the coaches tab, so the runners can ping other people to help them practice. I know Razor's been doing that a lot, and it's improved. Like I think his PB is like 432 or something. So
right,
like,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, but the thing is, the tower also hates everything
and everyone, and so there really is no shame in dying on a fairly low floor because the game expects that of you.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's bad. That's really bad.
That's a frog. Shout out to Don Fargo.
There is nothing Chai can do right now except hope that Q can take out that troll.
He is level 2, so he should be able to. If it wasn't level 2, he would not be able to.
Right. That first level up is so important.
Yeah.
It is the most important level up in the game.
Because that one time is you get 10 HP for that level. After that, you'll see on either one of their sides, whoever levels up first, their max HP right now is 26.
Right.
So I think the next one will be 29 or something.
Right.
It's the only time you ever get an actually decent chunk of HP.
Right. After a while, levels become meaningless. Everything becomes meaningless after a while.
Yeah. Level 24 is the highest level for your magic, like the spell balls and stuff for damage. After that, like level 12 for mixture magic, and you're kind of just done.
Yep.
So, yeah. So he gained 4 HP there for that level. Compared to like the first level is 8 experience to get to level 2, and then I think it's 16 to get to level 3, and then I think it's again higher and higher. But it's if you try to go up a tower without getting your first level and you encounter a flame, you're as good as dead.
Right, that is the thing. This game can end super early. I was once in a race, and this is one of those races that gets talked about probably every time I commentate, because it's just such a good example of how spiteful and vindictive and how luck-based the tower is. Mm-hmm. That, like, out of 4 runners, 3 of them died on floor 2.
Yep, that was great. I'm not gonna name the names, but yes,
hilarious.
And the 4th runner,
any level really, depending on exactly what your circumstances are. Like, say he could have walked onto a bomb trap after walking onto that frog trap, and that could have been that, basically.
Yeah, and the thing is, this was the doubles tournament, so we had 2v2 style. That means that was before the randomizer had fixed seed. That means everyone was versing each other on a random tower. And then 3 people out of 4 died on floor 2 from different towers.
Yep.
That was just amazing. Oh, that was such a good run.
Right. And monster dens are a rarely seen type of trap that just your entire room fills up basically to the brim with monsters. Have fun with that.
Hey, go up trap.
Nice. It about cleared out the floor in terms of treasure, so we will see what happens next. And we'll see if the 2 of them end up with a very different floor experience, because they are on the same floor, but moving in different ways. And the RNG for what traps will or will not go off correctly also will impact things and be different for them.
Mm-hmm. Because it all makes a difference. Like, again, we saw on Razor's side, the trap did not work there.
Right.
Also, the worst place he can be hit by is a trap when Queenie is outside the room, or you're inside the room, or likewise, but you're not inside the same room, whatever. Queenie will not recognize you're in danger and protect you, so if another monster walks up, it will just kill you.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, so like where that little door frame is, if Queenie was outside that, he's like, I'm outside in the hallway. Everything is A-okay. You could get hit by a paralysis trap. And there could be 3 vipers in there, and Queenie's gonna look at you and go, don't worry, you're fine. And you can just get torn apart. And that's happened numerous times, and door frames are some of the worst and scariest things in this game. Oh, there's a poison trap.
Right.
I'm actually curious if take a note. That's floor 5. That was left of the elevator. I'm curious when Chai gets there, if Chai will hit that same poison trap and if it will go off.
Right.
Because or he'll go the complete opposite way.
Otherwise, miss the traps on the floor that Razor ran into earlier. Though there's still floor left here for Chai to run into things.
I'm trying to see what he can do here, because
Right.
he is poisoned right now, so he's going to lose a lot of HP per turn.
Alright.
He's Brid. Oh, man. That's a lot of MP to use.
It is, in fact.
That and poison. Poison damage comes after movement. Yeah, you can't die from the poison, but it sure can weaken you down to 1 HP.
Right.
Oh, it looks like Chai is exploring the first 5 floors like what normal runners of the game do to get resources and levels.
Slow and steady, using a lot of camera rotation to keep track of keep track of what is coming at him, and that's not that big a deal on these early floors, but will become an increasingly valuable skill, and we saw that in the last match where he made it to floor 27.9, essentially.
Yes, he was. Unfortunately, he was at floor 28 because he did hit the hour mark while on the elevator, not using it.
Right.
But he was darn close to the hour mark. But hopefully, okay, good. That should get rid of. No.
Go up trap on floor 5.
Oh, losing Queenie.
That poison. Oh, and Razor just lost Queen. Does he have a wind crystal? Because this to me would be around the time I start thinking, maybe I should use that.
Yeah. Also, the reconfuse the bloom there. Okay. So now the levels will or the floors will spawn slightly different because Chai has a pet, and Razor does not.
Affects how many monsters the game needs to spawn, things like that, basically.
Yeah. Also, enemy placement as well, I believe, too. So the floors will look slightly different right now until he finds a restore scroll, or
right, or until Chai loses. Cute, and this is a bad situation that Chai's in.
Same situation, actually, that Razor was in.
Yeah, just about. I feel like there might have been a small difference, but I think this might have been the same intersection.
Yeah. It's always interesting, because, like, using a fixed seed to see how one person will deal with the situation compared to another person. Chai seems to be really liking the fact that he can pick up Queenie. Like,
yeah,
he actually begs him. He's protecting him, and I think, is he just going to keep walking, or is he going to fight?
Yeah, he seems to be wondering the same thing. I begged Queen, but now what do I do with this fact?
Yeah, he's just going to kill, or he's going to do his best to get rid of the Mediva. Because, like, you don't want the Queenie to die. Because the second you use your mixture magic, you have a lot of issues.
Right. And in fact, Razor found that severe enough that he's like, I'm getting out, going to reset the tower and take the equipment he has and make another swing at it.
Yeah. And also the other thing you can do as well is you can lure monsters. Oh, I didn't notice that. Sorry. Razor actually got knocked out there.
No, didn't get knocked out. Wind crystaled out. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Okay.
Useless
fireball.
Without Kuhn, didn't seem worth it at that point, and he was going to die, so why not come back with a medicinal herb as opposed to not having a medicinal herb.
So what floor was that on?
That was on 7.
7, okay. It's building his own tower. Yeah. There's one of my 80% runs. I had 13 spell balls by the end of it.
Oh, that is a lot.
Yeah, I actually built. It actually goes above the roof element. I took a picture of it before stopping. I tried. It took me a while to build a tower of spell balls. Yeah, Chai really likes picking up Queenie.
He really does.
Which is kind of good as long as you have one turn to react. Unlike that, where now all of a sudden you have Queenie in a bad spot and a U-boat.
Yep. Right, they are now climbing different towers. If Chai leaves the tower and comes back, he will be on the same tower. Because seeded runs count for a fairly large number of runs, and now Chai is trying to figure out how is he going to get out of this mess.
Okay, I would have just... Alright.
Well, that worked out well enough.
U-boats are way too early for how strong they are in the tower.
Right, they are the game, I think, telling you, go home now.
Yeah, they're pretty much what the devs put in to make sure you die, go back, and come back later.
Right.
Between them and Blooms and Maneva's on his floor.
Go talk to girls.
Yeah.
The water floors with all of these water elemental monsters beating your fire elemental starting monster really wants you to be doing something else. Possibly because you died, because the game does not give you... Once again, Chai has really internalized how to juke the Maneva.
Yeah, I had to watch that video properly. I'm actually unfamiliar with that mechanic. But I didn't realize it was that simple, just how to do it.
Yeah. It's kind of wild.
Yeah. I should really be practicing. I do have a marathon run coming up with the 9th, so I should be actually doing stuff. But oh well. I'm sure it'll go great.
Think of this as practice.
Honestly, this game, like, we always talk about how hard of a speedrun this is. This is actually, it's a very knowledge-based speedrun, because the more you know, the better you can react. And because of that, you can then kind of push forward and like get higher floor climbs and all this other stuff. Right. And it makes a big difference in the grand scheme of things.
At the end of the day, one's skill as a runner is less in what sort of tower you get, though that naturally will affect the time and ability to climb immensely, but also comes down to how do you handle the tools in your deck.
Yeah.
You will sometimes get more tools, you will sometimes get less. No. Alright, I was worried about Chai, since all Chai was doing was standing there, and I think thinking about how to deal with this clown.
Yeah, I think Chai is actually wondering how to get Queenie out of there while keeping the AI one advantage.
Yeah, that probably would do it.
The toolbox speedrun, pretty much.
Basically.
Like, this is the hour, like per match, like we said. This is how the game is. Like, when you play the game casually, you will sit and look and go, oh god, I'm going to die. How do I stop this? And if you have to take 20 seconds to think about how to get out of a situation, it's better than going back to floor 1. So take as much time as you want. You don't always have to move on the first frame possible. Like, take your time, and if it works out, it works out. The last thing you want to do is lose Queenie.
This lack of really, like, twitch reflexes gameplay is, I think, one of the special advantages of Azure Dreams as a game to run. Is that it rewards you a lot more for thinking than for fast reflexes. And if you're one of those people who sits back and, like I do...
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with taking time.
I can't press buttons that fast. I get disoriented. with camera stuff. I can't do like an Ocarina of Time run. Well, maybe Azure Dreams is for you.
Horse is absolutely right. The leaderboards are kind of misleading. It's like hour 15 to hour 30. Honestly, it'd be a good one tower entry. My first ever completion, again, back before the community was formed, was a one sitting completion, and that was 2 hours and 58 minutes. And that's before we had any resources.
Good.
It was very good. And then I finally did a one tower entry. That was an hour 28.
Nice.
So,
you know, and like when I think about, for example, the times I would play it casually in college, where I'd run back to my dorm room and play like a floor or two in between classes. And that took so long out of just regular casual play. So that when you see a consistent couple of hour run, it's really impressive.
Yeah. I've loved this community. Anyway, beside the point, we never actually did talk about the traps that can affect the player. Not so much the character on stream. This game is unique in a blind trap will blank out everything. So, like, it affects the player, not the character on the screen. There's an upside down trap, which will turn everything upside down and disorient the player, not the character.
Right.
And this game's very mean for that.
I mentioned that if you were... Oh, that might be pretty disorienting, but then again, everything that the player character is using as a frame of reference is upside down with him, so, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But for you, it's disorienting.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is, like, there's a lot of traps in this game, which, like, there's, like, a poison trap that affects, the little character, like Ko. Like, then there's, like, the upside down trap or the blind trap, which affect you. And that's what I love about this game, is, like, it's one thing, like, oh, no, I can't hit for, like, 20 turns because I'm blind, oh, no. Versus, I don't know what the floor layout is, I hit the elevator, what the heck's going on, how many monsters are around me, am I going to die?
Right.
So, it goes back and forth.
It is a game with a lot of personal touch and a lot of personal spite.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it sold very poorly.
Yep.
All the Minivas in the world are saying hello to Razor right now.
Right. The seventh floor is not being nice to Razor across these runs.
Sucks, Queenie.
So now that he's done so, what is he going to do?
Oh, that's very smart.
Yeah, that is, I think.
Because you get Queenie enough spaces away. Want to go for that crystal, though? Nope, okay. Don't know if Razor's holding a wind crystal right now.
Alright, that is a good question. Looks like he's going back for it, hopefully once the monsters have cleared out of that room. And then he's deciding not to go back for it and just going back the way he was.
The monsters come back.
Oh dear.
Yeah, the thing is, this is probably like a 3 or 4 room floor where the monsters are looping very quickly.
So he will never quite be able to get away.
Yeah. That's... yeah.
Not gonna help.
No.
And so now he has the ability to still keep re-entering, but he's going to lose all of his nice stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows what the tower will give him to replace it. Maybe nothing.
Yep, and the thing is, sometimes you just have to fold.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is actually the game which I was notoriously bad at when I was a kid. Because, when I was a teenager, every time I decided to, every time I got to like floor 20, I'd have like one inventory space empty. I'm like, well, one more floor couldn't hurt, right? And I ended up dying.
Using an egg. Is there ever going to be a second Tower Razor tournament? Okay, people, we don't know, maybe? It's certainly not anything I don't think anyone has any specific plans. And it is very long. And not very tournament safe, because this game has a secret second tower that makes everything a little bit randomized, a little bit more secret as to what items are, and a little bit, and like a lot harder. And also, it's a lot longer.
Yeah, as well as it's not stable.
Right.
I think eventually to the point it crashes eventually or something.
Yeah. After like the 99th floor or so, I think it crashes what happens.
Yeah.
But we do at least have access to it, so who knows? That might be in the cards one day. But I think that this sort of tournament is a little bit more easy to understand for both the viewer and the runners.
Yeah, also like Senai says, it could be fun, it could be something we can do. But the thing is, like, the skill level required is far above what 80% is. Like, a lot of people would have to spend a lot of time learning Azure Dreams to feel comfortable inside that. And I think we only have like 3 to 4 people who would be confident in doing that right now.
Right. Who knows? Maybe if this tournament is very successful and everyone involved gets more confident in the game. But
honestly,
I don't think it's the goal.
The fact is that we can submit Azure Dreams to marathons now for completion. A year ago, or 2 years ago, whatever it is now, I can't remember. Time is warped and space is bendable.
There wasn't a Discord server still. I think we're still on like a year and a half or so.
Yeah. But like, we deemed 80% too unsafe.
Speedrunning community. This is baby speedrunning community still.
We really are. But like, the thing is, we deemed it unsafe. So now, like, I submitted for a marathon for an estimate of hour 40. I might come like 40 minutes under estimate for the marathon. Like, well, oops, sorry. Like, that just might be a thing. Like, I try to make an estimate that's based off like tower reentries and my pace and all this other stuff. I could
what's reliable, but it could go horribly wrong or it could go horribly right. Oh, a clown egg. That's pretty good.
It is. If you're Dadarsis. No. Yeah, so basically, like, the clown has an ability to... his mixture magic is always ranged when you use it. You can't use it via just attacking. You have to command it. But it's not based off of Ko's level. It's only based off of the spell levels that the clown has. And the
clown gets double boosted spell levels.
Yeah, so level 6, essentially... I can't read chat briefly.
Anyway, but also, like, if we're talking about the growth of this community, then, like, a year ago... Well, for one, a year ago, the second tower didn't exist. As far as we were aware, because it was never really finished. Programmer just found it, lying half done in the game's code, and went, yeah, I think I know what to flip to give us access to this. And that is a fun toy if you've played Azure Dreams casually and want to play weird Azure Dreams casually.
Razor just found a wand. You're absolutely right. Now you can one-shot pretty much everything with Queenie.
Yep. Looks like he is going to probably fuse that clown.
Is he going to fuse it and fuse the Palumpa? That's what I'm kind of curious about.
That is a good question.
Because if he does, Queenie's going to end up wind.
Didn't he?
Oh wait, no, it's the fire right now.
Earlier?
He did. So yeah, he has he's doing the fire ranged magic, which is kind of okay, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not the greatest. Like,
only fruit. That's nice.
That is. Razor is gonna have to take some time. Yeah, wait and get his HP back here because he's lacking a shield. And even a wooden shield is far better than not having anything. Because that extra 2 damage per everything will kill you eventually.
Yep. Little things can make a big difference, and so like we're saying, Ying, oh, ranged Qn is all right, but it can matter. Being able to get a few attacks in just a little bit early can make a difference.
I would honestly kept it I get code at level 12, hatchet, and then use that on the water floors.
Yeah.
Because like, at that point, your mixture magic is already strong enough as it is. Or I guess even 6, truthfully. Because like eventually you can just one-shot Newells and Vipers and other things from a distance. It's great. Turning it fire is like kind of okay, but you're still going to struggle against like Krakens and Newells and other water creatures.
Yep. This is a bad room Chai's in right now.
That Holy Bell, though.
Yep, that solves the problem.
So yeah, we see Chai. There's that range damage coming in there. It's gonna alternate. I think if it's, I don't know the rules between selecting the spells, but all of a sudden it did, instead of 15, did 9. So Queenie's not gonna do the same mixture magic at a close range anymore.
Right, and that's a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
And one that it'll be tough to say if he has really prepared himself around that problem.
Yeah, because you're going to have a lot of issues. If you're expecting to two-shot something and all of a sudden you do 6 damage less, then oh no. Like, well, the consequences of my actions or whatever.
Oh, good to know. Selecting spell is always like the highest level. Well, so it shouldn't be random right
okay.
now.
I don't tend to trust fuse monsters when it comes to spells. I tend to try to fuse ones that only have still 1 spell in them. Oh, 50-50 on the same level. Okay, that makes sense.
Right.
Well, what level was...
There's a lot of items in this room.
Life Shield's okay. Not the greatest, but it's okay.
Certainly not the worst.
Oh,
Right.
I see. Now the fire spell's leveling up.
More
Okay.
consistent. Yeah, I'm not sure I would do a whole lot of
Honestly, floor 16 is probably safer, just minus the Minivas.
Yeah.
Because like you have the possibility of the bell wrong.
You don't have mules.
Yeah.
Well, barongs are basically giant bags of EXP attached to giant bags of random items.
Yep. Razor's still without a shield, for the record.
That's an interesting idea Sand Knight raises. And oof. Razor's doing pretty well for not having that shield.
Found Blue Sand for not having a shield.
Yay! Perfect for that shield he doesn't have.
Yeah, that tower just loves to do that.
Would he also like a watch chain for the watch he sold?
The fire he's getting rid of the wand to get a fire sword on Chai's side. So he's gonna get there's a red sand there he can power up. So he's going for the same type attack bonus kind of thing. That Maniva's gonna transform to that shield, so he's not gonna have to worry about it.
Right, but does he know that? But it's even if he does, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference.
Nope. Sorry, it was aggroed. It would never.
Yep.
So 4 damage. You really don't want him sitting next to the Maniva. Okay, Steve Rogers. I get that reference.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, so if you ever see a trap loop or something, always use it. It's never a bad idea.
It's never a waste of time, though in this case, we're not seeing a lot on this floor. But that Holy Scroll will come in handy.
Yeah. Especially in a 1-hex hallway, if you use a Holy Scroll and then keep walking...
basically.
No, yeah, the other monsters actually can't follow through and they'll turn around and walk the other way. So you can use it to actually block off corridors.
Right, you can also use that to make a monster into a temporary ally. In fact, you can do both of those things simultaneously. Though, then your ally monster will probably just hang in that spot and attack things, but you know. Or block your way, depending on what's happening. But it's still a neat trick. There are a few things a Holy Scroll... Okay, I guess that's not... Maybe better yet, there are a few situations in which a Holy Scroll can't help you.
Yeah.
Oh, Barong!
You see Chai chasing down that Barong. He has so many monster loops.
Right.
Well, that's gonna hurt. They still do a lot of damage. You don't want to get a full attack.
Probably just better to set your Cume to something where it'll just chill out for a bit.
What is the Stars Tournament? The Stars Tournament is basically a Rising Star tournament where the players are... we've basically banned the veteran players of the game who have a certain time in the leaderboard. Right,
it is a sub-hour any % run.
Yeah. And we basically want to make sure, like, the new runners basically have...
Now, I think that this is not the way I would probably... A Gyropita.
A Gyropita is, it turns whatever gets thrown into it has 0 MP. It's really useful if you want to... Yeah, he really does. I would have thrown all of them.
Yep.
Those monster loops are kind of useless to me. Barring a few floors where it's kind of nice to know what's going to come kill you. But nope, he's going to get one more go.
Righto, let's see what we get out of that.
Not worth it at all. Kill him! It's like 256 experience!
Seriously, dude! Well, I guess
lives for another day.
On it. Anyway, the neat thing about Barongs, besides them being random item factories, like a gachapon, is that also they do this disregarding rarity, so items you basically can never find in the tower, where naturally a Barong will spit them out for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Gyropitas, I think, are actually one of the items too.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. That's actually bugging me. He did not kill that because, like, that's 200. That's water crystal. That's really good.
That's very nice.
Water crystal does not heal Ko for any of the new runners watching.
Do not fall into that trap. It is a trap which will kill you.
The description of it is like heals all HP and MP. It is not what it sounds like.
It heals
all gonna walk forward
of your monster.
I would just pick up the spider and threw it, but I guess we'll fight it too, I guess.
Right. Helpless Barong, no! Dangerous spider, yeah.
Yeah.
Razorflame is hitting up new floors now.
Yeah.
We're making some forward progress.
He has a cursed Scarlet one, though. And an Earth Shield. I don't know if the Earth Shield's cursed or not. The wrongs are precious and must be saved. No, they're worth 2 levels.
Alright.
If you threw Reflect on the enemy before using it on it. Using what?
I think they still think of water crystal, but water crystals don't affect the enemy. Or if you're thinking about using it on your monster, then, who knows? Probably not, is my guess. My guess is probably not. Because I think spells are probably a different thing from crystals, mechanically.
Yeah.
Because actually, one of the things probably no one ever thinks about is that I think it's if you get a spell ball to +10, you can teach that spell to your monster.
Barring Acid Rain Ball, I believe. But I think everything else can be taught if it's at 10 charge.
Right. And that is an interesting thing, and probably in terms of how Reflect works, it probably treats spells differently from things which are not spell.
Yeah. I know for a fact that the Beldo boss fight option on the randomizer, Beldo automatically has Reflect on. Thanks, programmer, again.
Good to know in case you ever try that.
In case programmer snuck on that option without me realizing it, and I got to floor 40 and killed myself with a pillar ball. You know, that kind of thing. Again, Chai going for that pickup.
He does love making sure that Kuhn doesn't have to walk. Or hover, because he can't walk anyway, which makes his little boots just the saddest thing. Also, wait! Oh, never mind. I got myself momentarily confused about the rareness of wooden wands.
Everyone wants one.
Momentarily like, wait a second, is that uncommon? No, you're thinking of trained wands, and you're just thinking it's rare because a Barong spat it up earlier.
Also, since I can, and they made a nice little command for this. Or is it? There you go. Ha! Lowercase. If anyone wants to check out the bracket or our Discord and stuff like that, please do. We have 2 matches tomorrow as well, and then we have one on Friday. We have at least a programmer commentating on Friday. I can't make that time, but I'm sure we can find another commentator with him as well. Oh, that bomb! Oh, that bomb trap! Oh, Razor. That was close.
Really could have been major suffering.
Yeah. He has an Earth Shield, so that did more damage to him than it should have.
Right.
Unless he replaced it without me knowing.
Earth Shield.
Oh no, he replaced it. Okay.
Okay, good. Because that would really hurt on these floors where everything that matters is fire.
Yeah.
Fire or Dreamin', which is one of those monsters that certainly probably won't kill you directly, but will allow other things to kill you. Oh. Never punish.
Oh, jeez. Razor. You have no more healing.
Close.
There's a clip on Twitch of a former...
Razor momentarily... Oh, this is so bad.
Yeah, you're gonna have to... Okay, can he survive that? I don't know if he can survive that.
What?
A +2 leather shield, that's something, but... that's Rainbow, that's fine. Just...
Yeah. Better that than I'm willing to bet the blinder... Your ball, it works the same as Chaos. If you confuse a crossbow troll, it will still shoot you.
Yes.
I have suffered from that one. And so will always remember it.
Bonjour. Sand Knight is a French-speaking community member. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to ping him. And, as well as Poulet Santé, which, well, that's obvious on that one for his name.
Oh,
yes,
right.
that's absolutely true. You have to respect the tower. There's a Gyropita, turning the Viper into a completely harmless monster.
Yep. Shai has made it all the way to Viper Town, and Razor is going to find that blue collar, he hopes. Anyway. Oh wow, that is an unpleasant room. That's a room that does not look friendly.
Yeah. That Viper just following along.
Yep.
So this is the thing. If you pick up... Okay, that's not bad, because you could... Okay, never mind. I was going to say, you could pick up and use the wind seed on the water Viper, then have the elemental advantage and take it out.
That would not be too bad an idea. It's, one of those niche things, but if you've got the inventory space, it's not useless.
Yeah. It can save you. And also, this floor is going on forever for Chai.
Really?
And Acid Rainbow. Oh, darn it.
Oh, the griffin was in the doorway.
Yeah. It was a perfect... If
in the doorway.
Yeah, if Razor would have waited one more turn, that Acid Rain would have picked up the KO on that griffin as well.
And would not have had to use that Olean fruit. That is going to sting, I think. Like, even if he gets out of this floor fine, he's going to be thinking about that one for a while.
Yeah, that's... It's one of those things where... you have to know like how things move. There's a weird turn order, like Ko moves and your familiar moves and the rest move. And there's a couple glitches that we can exploit. Like if you were to pick up Queenie and send him home while he's in your hand, until you move off that tile, you are immortal. Or unless a glacier uses its move, it hits you through that. That's a whole different thing as well. But if you were to do that, you can technically wait till an earthquake happens and go up the floor. It'd be slow and arduous, but technically you're able to do it.
Not win you any races, but...
Nope. But if you're on floor 39, and you're able to, like, if you're gonna die, just pick up Queenie, send him back home, or your familiar, and because you did that, you could survive, and you could just either wait for enough HP or do whatever. It's one of those things. Also, I am trying to learn French. I will eventually be able to learn French to speak with everyone. But, welcome.
Alright, let's see what we've got here. Mirror Shield. That is nice.
Mirror Shield is actually one of the most underrated shields because it can obviously reflect back spells. So obviously you don't want to get hit by breath. You don't want to get hit by breath. You don't want to hit.
Rust is in like at least casual play your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not sure if it's my absolute favorite, and I think in a context like this, there are a lot better shields. But at the same time, Gift Horse Mouth.
I have been saved more times than not by the Mirror Shield not to have it be my favorite. Casually and speedrunning wise, just because it's reflected the paralysis spell from blocks, the blind spells from unicorns, it's reflected the breath before the final elevator before. Like, oh, speaking of a block, that thing has tons of defense. It's really hard to kill.
Yep. It is not a friendly monster to have to deal with. And interesting that he has decided to go for the fight. He's taken the high ground, and that does help a great deal.
He should also remove his water shield before he does it next time. Because, if he takes the high ground, you're still getting hit for more damage because of that.
Yep.
Hey, there's 2 blocks now.
Oh! The elevator was on the spin.
Yep. Yeah, so I meant to explain before. You have a small chance of seeing the elevator spawn in, because the way it spawns in is it starts on the top left hand of the map and spawns all the way to where Ko is. It's a block party. I appreciate that. I am acknowledging your pun.
Yep. It looks like Chai did spot the elevator on the spin-in.
Mm-hmm.
And since he seems to be heading up in that direction.
The stealth is in the way. The stealth is a pretty harmless monster.
Yeah. Stealth are one of those monsters who are more annoying than deadly. Which isn't to say that they can't be deadly. Just that they're not deadly in the same way like a viper's deadly. A viper's just going to straight up kill you.
Yeah, they're if you don't have a type advantage, vipers, blocks are way more scarier, truthfully.
Right.
What's the other one? Mandaras are extremely strong if you can't fight them. And they can confuse you as well, it's even worse. Like, there's a lot of weird creatures which are overlooked. Stealths, they have killed people when they're trying to retreat from other monsters.
Right. And that's basically how stealths work. They're one of those monsters that sort of force multiply other monsters just by being the one thing you didn't need at that moment.
Yeah, actually doing this again here. For anyone who again wants to join our Discord, we have the link there. I do believe that's the right link. Or it should be SpeedGaming's one, but let me click it and check. Mm-hmm. If not, I can post the right one. Okay, that is ours. But yeah, basically, if anyone wants to join, we are more than welcoming. Again, Francois, if anyone wants to join for French, or I think we also have a couple of German runners as well, which we can help translate resources eventually.
Yeah, this is a pretty international little community. Oh, that acid rainbow, very sad to see gone, though probably not going to be that useful going forward. Czaj is doing consistently really well this tournament. This round, this match. Like, good job. 3 rainbow uses that Tumna, just bye-bye, Mr. Snowman.
Mm-hmm. Snowmans are some of the worst things to fight as well. They look innocent, but you can't stop them with ice rock balls. They're just horrible things. They really are.
Oh, Razorflame has gotten that acid rain ball back. Good.
Hopefully it's the one which actually has a charge still in it.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Nope, he just left it. I think it was just a pride thing of getting it back.
Mm-hmm.
No, Czaj is doing extremely well. Again, floor 27 at the 51-minute mark. He got the floor 28 in the hour mark last time, so...
Right. He is going to improve on his score from last time, getting to that 28 mark.
Yep.
Within the time limit now.
And then same with Razor. Razor's on floor 17 now.
Yeah, that is a very respectable floor count.
Both of them are. Again, you're supposed to die at like floor 6, which we've seen on Razor's side. We've seen a lot of struggling on Czaj's side as well to get that kind of. This game is really hard to start, but if you get past the point where they try to kill you, it's actually relatively easier for next kind of 5 or 6 floors, and then tries to kill you again. You get by that part, you're fine for a bit, and then tries to kill you again.
Keep sprinting.
Yeah.
You just keep running. At this point, I'm curious about the fact that he tried to take this snowman on. He's realizing now, oh, he did not stay asleep nearly as long as I thought he would. I am in trouble.
Speaking of, hi, snowman. That's a horrible spawn. That's not going to kill.
No. I think you are a second or 2 behind me. Because now he has managed to extract himself from this with a little bit of AI1 and a little bit of Pillar Vault Or is that flame ball to the face?
That was a pillar, I believe. Okay,
Yeah.
I refreshed. I'm caught up now. I forget we're supposed to refresh after each match too.
What is that snoring?
Oh, that's Annapolis.
Oh, you're right. I always like Naples, like, inexplicably so. I'm inexplicably fond of Napolises.
I like them, except if you hit them when they're asleep, they get up and hit you.
Right.
I would honestly still go for that scroll, but... Because, like, you still have one turn before it wakes up, right?
Right, you can grab things that are a tile away from you, and this would have been a good time to use that, but he has made it to 430.
Mm-hmm.
That is a leaderboard he can put that run on, because we are kind and benevolent. Oh, a stealth egg, that's pretty much useless.
It does restore 50 MP.
That's true. Now he is thinking, which one of those is the Manoeva?
What's funny is none. Many of us don't spawn on 430.
Well, there you go.
But the thing is, the second you see two items beside each other, eventually you just go, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
And here's Beldo. Here's Ashley's story. Okay, I guess they do. He killed Guy. He'll be at the top of the tower waiting for you. That's it.
Yep. He killed your father, and no, he is not your father.
No. Well, he might be related to Gauche, potentially.
Huh. Interesting.
It's something to do with, like, spellcasters and blue hair, and they might be related to Gauche for that reason. Also, I am willing to say that I'm going to take a little bit of extra time to see how far Czaj can go up.
Yeah.
Because he is nearing a very nice elevator train.
Elevator train. That is a lovely thing to see.
Yeah. So we're definitely going to give extra time to see if Czaj can get to floor 40, because...
Oh, this is a nasty little tiny...
What if the elevator's there?
Yep.
And we see Razorflame get to floor 20 in this as well.
Very nice.
Oh, all the sleeping monsters.
All the sleeping monsters.
There you go. Golems are such great... Oh, yeah. Blinded Razorflame, just killing stuff and getting levels.
Right. Oh, you do not want to get on that one tile hallway with that golem.
Thankfully he has pillar balls and stuff. But yeah, it's the worst.
Luckily, they are wind-type monsters, and so they're not nearly as sturdy as you think they are. They look like they should be sturdy and last for days, but no. He has had such elevator luck. I really want to see if he can go all the way.
I'm just messing because right now I was saying we're giving him extra time in case he can. Because, like, there's no point. Like, this is, again, tournament match, and if he doesn't get in the hour, he won't get... I think there's a bonus for getting floor 40 clear or something. But, Sand Knight, please confirm. But there's no reason why we shouldn't stop someone completing the game if they still have a timer, everything's going, like... Just go for it, don't worry.
Yep.
It'll cost us a couple of minutes, but honestly, it's such a rarity for people to be able to complete this game to begin with, let alone... You're on floor 35. If we say stop, that's just mean.
It really is. And yeah, Septic pointing out, Tune is probably set for MP the rest of the way, so that is an inventory slot he can just get it through this.
Oh, the little bind! Oh, did not get paralyzed. That's good. Oh, it's a Blizzard Sword. I thought that was a fire spell. There was no bonus for a full clear. Okay, thank you. I was wondering about that.
Ah,
Either way, it's still going to be on the any percent leaderboard if Chai were to submit it. If it gets to 440.
right, that would be super exciting. But he is starting to really burn through his resources since that luck that pulled him for the last couple of floors
Oh no.
was a little dry.
Oh no, Queenie. Don't defend. Oh, goodbye, Queenie. There's no way that one you're going to... Oh,
That
Razor.
Viper is going to hurt over on Razorflame's side.
I do believe he has a restore scroll. The thing is, yeah, that. You have to get away from the Viper in the meantime. And the elevator was in that room as well. So he's having to ignore the
like a full circle of this floor, pretty much. Or at least whatever semicircle he can cut that down to.
Oof, okay. One misstep there.
Oh boy, that's not... This is
425 though.
425, that's really good.
Yeah.
Good. It's taken him a couple of runs to get that far, but that is a solid number. Oh, new friend. And by new friend, we mean maximums are
And dragons.
Good. And dragons.
Aw, the stealth got Razorflame.
Oh, Razorflame's run gets cut just a little short. We can see Chai really working the camera over here to make sure that he's maybe not entering the room with those monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Right. In a newbie race, the loser getting to 25 is pretty fantastic. Oh, this is not good. There are a couple of glaciers up top. There is Chai that... Is it Rainball making another appearance? That glacier is going this way on the intersection. Oh wow, that is a chain. I think that this is probably where Chai's run ends, is what I would think. But he is going to give this all of his fight.
Indeed. This also does mean the match point does go to Chai, actually.
Yep. Which means that Chai wins the best.
Oh, close range acid rain ball.
That still has the... Oh, that still had a charge. Good on him.
Oh.
There's the elevator. He still has one more. That's good to know. I wonder if he remembers that, but I think he probably does.
Asking if Razor wants a friendly third. Oh, hi. That is. You don't want to do that, especially when you have a water shield.
Yep. Gotta be a little careful around these things. He is just going to grab Toon, as he is wont to do, and try and run for it for a little bit.
I've never seen Queenie being carried so much. Like,
yeah. Queen usually does a lot of carrying. It's good to see him get carried around in some.
Ooh, I would not be doing that, but he is. Is he out of pillars too? Like, oh my goodness, stop that!
At least he's at a point where he does not trust them anymore.
And that room was empty for all that.
Oh,
that was terrifying.
I am just on the absolute edge of my seat. But there's the elevator. It's just a little further now.
Yep, floor 37.
Okay.
Got a holy scroll. You can have
He is thinking about it.
Nope. Okay, that's fine. You can use it on yourself. It's not gonna do a lot of damage. Okay, it's not gonna walk towards Queenie either. That's what I was more concerned about.
Right.
Oh, bump trap actually waking up a golem.
That is so rare. Bubble traps mostly don't do anything, except in this exact instance.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and there's a maximum coming.
Yep. Don't know what he's going to do about that.
Yeah, but okay, Bump Trap is one of the very few traps which are kind of useless. Hi, Golem. Oh, take off that water shield. Yeah. That is the ballsiest thing I've seen.
Good time for him to start remembering that he put a ranged fire attack on Kuhn, and that might be a little bit useful on those Golem. Not like life-saving, but it might help.
Yeah. I can only think on how Chai is feeling right now.
Oh,
I don't think anyone has ever gone toe-to-toe with a Golem with the Ice Shield before in a tournament setting. So... Okay, we're all just,
Where is the elevator?
It's in the last room he's gonna go into, that's for sure.
Badly. I don't think he's going to be able to avoid those glaciers. Glaciers everywhere he goes.
Yep, there we go.
So what can he do here?
I like how he's trying to save his, he's trying to save the star glasses, I assume, for one of the final floors.
Right.
Okay, that's... Oh, it still got him. They're still really trigger happy when confused.
Still got curled. That must hurt.
You follow them. Yeah, there you go. No, Azure Raid normally only comes with one, and it's... You don't want to bank on it. Taking the star glasses, is it worth it?
He's white-sanded it quite a bit, but I don't know if he remembers how much he's white-sanded it versus how much he has used it. So we think he might have one more, but I don't know if he's sure enough. Oh, and now we see him using the Wind Seed on that dragon to make him just a little bit more manageable.
But also gonna do way more damage to the Ice Shield.
Oh, that is right. And of course...
That's good, actually, because I'll get him away from...
It's probably pretty good. It's going to hurt, but a good sort of hurt. Hopefully, unless that happens.
No! Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no! Oh! No, he can't... Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Chai, you did good. Unless that Acid Raid Ball has one more use in it, I really don't think...
That would be, I guess, the moment you try that. This is the moment where you try the Acid Rain Ball, just in case.
Yeah. You can release Queenie and make yourself immortal.
That also would have been a good idea here.
Medicinal? Nope. Okay.
No, that's over.
GG.
GG. That was a stellar run.
37. That was amazing. So we will send... let's do this here. How do we do this again? We've got done, right? I'd say score is 4. What?
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused myself. Oh, now since...
Whichever. We will
really
hopefully send them there.
If they want to do a friendly third, that's fine. If they would like to just do an interview, that is something we can also do.
Yeah, I am going to send them an interview link. I asked Razor if he wanted a friendly third, and he said no. Game hates him today. That's understandable.
Yeah,
Game hates or Tower hates everyone.
Right.
And likewise, I'll send this to Razor. But that is the worst. Just hi, Razor.
Hello, Razor. Hi,
Hello,
Chad.
hello, Chai.
Those are impressive runs. And
I just dragged him in, so yeah.
Yeah, no, this is congratulations to Chai.
Yep.
Getting up to floor 37.
Yep.
That was probably the scariest floor 37 I've ever seen.
Well, I mean, I had a scary floor too. A couple of scary floors.
Had the worst luck on some of the re-entries as well. Like the game just said no to you today.
Yeah. The very last re-entry I did, I got 2 Scarlet ones and both were cursed.
Yep.
I don't even know what
sums it up, doesn't it?
I don't even know what the chances of that are, but it's probably stupid low.
Programmer would know the actual numbers, or someone else in chat can tell me right now what's the chance of a cursed wand. I'm pretty sure wands actually have a higher chance of being cursed than swords, if I recall.
I was told the opposite.
Then there's probably the opposite then, because I probably get a lot of details wrong. There you go. I've already getting told no.
Yeah. Anyways, this game hated me today.
Yeah. I got a PB recently of like floor 30 something, right? Floor 36?
Floor 33 last 33. Night.
Yeah, so like this game is it fluctuates. It either hates everyone or loves everyone. It doesn't lie. It doesn't like anyone.
Anyways,
it tolerates.
Anyways, just want to say congrats to Chai. You completely outclassed me today. Although the first match, sorry guys about the poor first match, but I had something. I had some bio stuff that I had to
that's fine.
with.
That's fine. Things happen, and honestly, like it was an amazing watch. Like you got to floor 25 of your highest as a climb, which is still outstanding.
Yeah,
like, to do that in a tournament setting is still really difficult to do. Like there's extra stress.
I was. I also got lucky and got 2 acid rain.
Yeah, that was really, really nice.
And then 2 whites.
In game 1 or game 2?
Game 2.
Oh yeah, I had that one too.
Game 1, I died once, and I re-entered the tower 3 times on game 1.
Yeah, you constantly it was traps and sleep traps and blind traps and monsters in the hallways and abundance to you. It was just unfair to you on that one.
Yeah,
I thought that the game 2 will be like over quickly because the beginning was horrible. I like got rid of all the resources that I had and had no idea what's gonna happen. But later it got better.
Yeah,
I got the clown. So like, did you have the clown too in game 2?
The clown.
The clown egg.
No, he didn't make up. I don't think he made it that far.
No, I didn't.
His first was only floor 7 or so.
Something.
I actually got to like 12, 10, somewhere in the low teens.
Yeah,
at the very
win
end.
Crystal, right?
Yeah.
I win crystalled out twice and I died once.
Yeah, and Chai, the fact that Maximum hit the crack trap as you were trying to just find that elevator, that one elevator, you still had star glasses on you.
I was waiting with that star glass for the like floor 39.
You also went toe-to-toe with a golem, which I've never seen before.
Yeah, well,
with an ice shield.
I knew that I can take him on.
You should unequip the ice shield next time because they're doing a third more damage to you than normal.
Yeah. And I also made a few mistakes with my earth shield, having it on for some fire enemies. But for the most part, I knew that once I got to floor 15, 16, that the earth shield would actually do work because of all the water enemies. It was unfortunate. I didn't know that. I forgot about the stealth enemy, and I was wondering what was hitting me. If I had realized that, I could have acid rained it and it would have killed it.
It may have not, because it's wind based. So it may have survived the water, but the thing is, if they're extremely annoying. But the thing is, like with this whole tournament and the whole basis of it, it's like you learn from these matches. You'll do better next time. You'll pay attention to stealths.
Yeah. I forgot even what floor they start on.
I want to say 24. I know Baldwin has a great guide for that one.
Yeah.
But
Are they the digger enemy?
no, they look like giant UFOs, and they just turn invisible when they're within sight of you, or if they're bored.
Sort of more like, I don't know.
They started for 23.
23.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, Acid Rainbow wouldn't kill it. Like it has 68 HP, and like at least on my level, when I finished, I was level 21. Acid Rainbow would give it like 67 damage, so one less than needed.
So, just out of curiosity, but did you do the puny skip?
No.
Okay.
No.
And about what time did you finish the tutorial floors?
Like 2 minutes 40 seconds, something like this.
Yeah.
Like just click.
Sounds about right.
That's about for me. That's about what I did. Although I made a couple of missed movements. About 2:52 is when I entered floor 2.
Oh yeah, I had those too.
I was generally, when you were both starting a match, generally a little bit behind you in terms of which floors. But Chai also stayed in the same tower the whole time.
That, and also Chai also froze for 20 seconds thinking about what to do next.
Yeah. So you never left the tower at all?
No, Chai was completely deathless there, minus the end.
And both.
Well, in the game too, I basically died on floor 37. I tried to find an exit, but like I couldn't.
So
Monsters.
Yeah, I just had way too many. I just had so many impossible situations that the only thing that I could think of was to re-enter. I don't know. There was nothing I could do. I mean, I don't know how we had the same tower, and I had so much worse luck than you.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna wrap things up. Thank you to Chai and Razorflame for putting on an amazing show for everyone.
Yeah. I just want to.
Tournament.
I just want to quickly mention that this is my first race ever on SpeedGaming.
Yeah. And you guys did absolutely great. Like, again, just take what you can from it, learn from it. But you guys did absolutely great.
It was fun, but I was hoping that 25 would be enough, considering you went to 27 the first match. I was hoping 25 would be enough, but nope. You just had to go God mode on me.
Yeah. But
sorry.
Tomorrow I will be back, and same with Lady Deme. But Lady Deme will be actually versing Professor Palmer.
Yep, so look forward to that.
That's 2 p.m. Eastern, and then 6 p.m. Eastern, I will be back for commentary, and that will be Shuzo versus Autumn. So we're going to have quite a few more matches. We don't have the channel quite yet, but if anyone joins our Discord, we do have a role that we'll be using for pinging people. Feel free to join us, even if you're a casual player. We always love to have new people.
Yeah. I just want to say thanks for SpeedGaming for having me and Chai. And
thank you, SpeedGaming, for having us.
Yep. And I think that's it. Everyone take care. And we'll see you guys in the next race.
Yeah. I can actually say that my next match is going to be the 15th.
Well, there we go. So
Alrighty.
15th, 6th, and 7th are the next matches, at least, that we know about.
Yep.
Okay, bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.